and action.
So this is going to be our second or third episode. It's our third time recording for sure.
It's our first episode. It's the third attempt.
No, I think it'll be like the second or third episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
think
enough shit together.
it seems like it. I think between the first two recordings, so the first one we had some audio issues, so some of that stuff has to get thrown out. That was my bad. And yeah, so I think this will be our third episode. Recording here on a Saturday, which I feel so much better about than what do we do a Wednesday night last time. That was not it.
During the week is just not possible.
Yeah, that was not it for me.
I don't know how anybody fits anything in during the week. Also, can the work week be shorter than the weekend, please? Like, what is this? Who came up with this,
dude?
This ratio? Because I'm not a fan at all.
Yeah, it's fine.
Our moms are like, why are you stressed out? I'm like, I would love to see you give this a shot.
Well, I can't really say that about my mom because she did work like 3 jobs sometimes. That's crazy. But
yeah, I guess it's just a generational thing. I think it's harder raising kids now, but what do we know? Like what it was like when they were raising kids, you know?
Right. It's very different for sure. And also I will say, like, on the same note as like my mom did that, she like has trouble relaxing now. And I feel like it's because the generation she grew up in and because she's just always been so busy. It's like she wears her stress as like a badge of honor of like, look how hard I've worked, look how hard I am working. Not intentionally or like consciously, but
yeah.
It's like she just can't. I'm like, Mom, you're retired. Like, you just slow down, relax.
Maybe take
like,
a nap.
Book. Yeah, no, she is go, go, go.
I would love to do nothing. Like, we have not had a babysitter in some time. And honestly, it's mostly because our kids are older and I don't feel myself needing breaks as much as I did when they were infants and toddlers because we're just kicking it a lot of the time, you know, like it's a really fun phase of parenting that we're in with the ages that our kids are at. But
yeah, that is nice. I definitely feel myself wanting breaks. Speaking of that, my mom's actually going to watch Finley for us today and we're going to go.
That's nice.
Yeah, there's a disc golf pro tournament going on. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, we're going to go check that out.
Yeah. So we're going to have a babysitter in not next weekend, but the following weekend. And Sean, we're like, what are we going to do? And I was like, nothing. Let's do nothing. But then we decided we're going to go on a picnic. But that was very cute.
That's lovely.
We're going to take the dogs and just like have a picnic. And I'm going to bring a book and like read, and Sean's probably going to just like fall asleep on the blanket, but that's totally fine because there's going to be, you know, charcuterie. But yeah, it's like so rare to get a babysitter for like overnight. And then I'm like, we're going to go out to dinner and stuff like normal people. I just forgot what that's like, I guess, because it's been a while.
That's going to be really nice. This is like the first like pro tour event that we have in our area, which is just so cool. Like all my favorite players are here. They're right here.
That's so cool. How does it work? Is it like, do people just follow you down the disc golf field? Like you just all spectate? Like, well, I guess that's what they do in golf too, right?
Yes. Yeah.
They just kind of move with you. That's so fun.
Yeah. I'm super excited.
Yay. So you guys are doing that today?
Yes. Yeah.
I have 8,000 loads of laundry to do. That is what's on deck for me today, just in case. Just freaking laundry.
I as well have that.
It's bananas. Everybody always needs food and clothes every day.
I've been in this mood lately this week, and I don't know like where this zen came from, but like all of a sudden I just like I don't really care what people think of me. And it is lovely. And I will say that like I obviously care if I'm doing anything like wrong or mean or, you know, but like there's so many situations.
Everyone, you know? Yes. You just can't be everyone's cup of tea.
Yes. And there's so many situations where like I'll say something at work and I'm like, did that come off? Maybe could they have taken that the wrong way? Or like, and this week I've just been able to let all of that go. And I'm like, you know what? You didn't say anything mean. If they took it the wrong way, they can either talk to you about it or it's not, or just assume it's not bothering them. Like,
Yeah, and I want to be way more unapologetic about just saying what it is without having to like pre-stress out about what someone's going to think. So then I can't
yes.
even talk because I'm just all emotion. So now it's just
Right.
I don't really give a shit if you agree with what is coming out of my mouth. This is what's there.
Mm-hmm. And we can talk about it. We can, find
Mhm.
middle ground if we need to.
Totes
And
and
yeah,
goats.
I'm just kind of trying to go more off what people are actually saying to me instead of trying to like read their minds and what
Yes.
they're thinking. So,
And I'm so tired of people trying to guess what I'm saying when I'm really just saying like the thing. This
right.
is this is the thing I'm saying. You're
This
just
is
not
not an
listening.
Easter egg. This
Nobody
is not a
listens to
code.
women until they lose their shit, and then we lose all, you know,
Credibility.
credibility because we're emotional. And it
Mm-hmm.
is really something that I'm actively trying to fight against, um, to take down the patriarchy.
100%. Yeah, I'm with
It's
you
just
there.
step one.
Mm-hmm, Fuck the patriarchy.
So I've been starting work at like 7:45,
Mm-hmm.
7:30, somewhere in there, like in between 7:30 and 8, and it actually has really helped.
I have to agree. I try to do like a 7 to 3 schedule.
Yeah.
Which like, don't get me started on the 40-hour work week. Like, I am so against it.
Yeah.
Is so
Yeah.
against it. But I do, I stick to it because I have to.
Because
But
we have to pay for these houses,
it's ridiculous.
unfortunately.
It should be a 30-hour work week. Anyways, 7 to 3 is perfect for me. I'm like
Yeah.
useless after 3. My brain is done. I can't. I can like when I'm out in the field, I can do like physical work.
But
Um,
being behind a computer is different.
Thinking, yeah, that's not for me after 3.
I used to put like checking my inbox and like responding to things at like kind of in the middle of the day. It just seemed to make the most sense at the time, but then I'm like, I can't talk to people after afternoon. It's over for me after that. So just answer your emails in the morning. Communication is crazy.
Yeah, I'm over it. Cut
It's
it out.
too communicatey out here. Like,
Can I take like a communication break for a week?
right. Right. I there's too many ways for people to be able to get a hold of me, and
Mm-hmm.
I would like
Like I,
to pause that.
yeah, like I don't need like a vacation. I
Mm-mm.
just need to not communicate with anyone for I can
I
work.
also need a vacation.
Yeah, true, true, true.
Both.
I guess I can't complain. I just took that one to Oregon.
But that was so short.
It was. You're right. You're right. It wasn't a vacation. It
And
was too
you
short.
and you had a baby with you, so that's not
Doesn't
easy.
count. Doesn't count. Family
Mm-mm.
time is what that was. Yeah, not vacation.
Correct.
I'll tell my job.
I still want to get paid though.
So what are we consuming?
But I am catching up on my reread for Crescent City. I'm still on book 2, and I'm almost like I've actually um made it a decent way through, so I only have like a quarter of that left, and then I can start the new one.
Nice. So
And
we're
I'm
around like page 600 or so.
yes.
Nice. You're getting there.
Yes. All the
I
action is
was
starting to happen though, so I'm like not mad about it.
Yeah. I was going to ask for an update on that, so I'm glad you brought that up. Oh, so I was like re-listening as I was editing some of the old recordings. I realized that you said this and I meant to ask you like why, and I never got into it. But why do you think Joe Alwyn is a dick?
He just seems like a dick. I mean, look at that track list. What was it? There's one that hold on, I have to look at it. Man,
You're talking about the tortured
tortured poets.
tortured
Tortured
toes.
poets.
Tortured poets department.
My boy only breaks his favorite toys.
Yes, dude.
He's a dick. There's another one. The smallest man who ever lived.
Yes, I am most excited for that one. And then So Long London. So you know who you're talking about.
I
The
can't wait to hear
smallest man that
Florida.
ever lived.
That's the
Yes,
one
with
with
2
Florence and the
exclamation
Machine.
point.
I
Mhm.
love Florence, so I'm so pumped. And Post Malone, like those will be such good tracks, I bet.
I'm really excited. I do
Yeah.
wish that she would chill out with the whole releasing the same album with one different song on it once a week. It's giving it's giving give me your money when I already have enough of it. It's
There is a similar thing happening with the book I'm reading where depending on where you buy the book, there is a bonus chapter and they're different. Like if you get it at Walmart or Amazon or Target. And yeah, fuck you guys. You I'm sorry, I love you, but no. Can we just
yeah,
release one thing?
yeah, it's just like there seems to be a disconnect between like the personality of Taylor Swift that is presented to us and the marketing of
40
her.
million. The author is worth 40
Dang. Yeah, she
million.
probably doesn't need to be releasing double books like that with different chapters. It's for the songs too, it's so annoying because I might listen to like I want to listen to the album in its entirety, and flipping records and changing them is already annoying, right? So like it's like I
Yes.
listened to the whole album and then I want to hear the other 2 bonus songs, so I have to break out an entire record to hear the one song.
Do you
It's
have
put it all on
Brian?
one.
Brian got you all the albums, right? All the ones you didn't have
He
for
did, yeah.
Christmas.
Mhm.
Love, love him for that. Like
Yes.
truly, that's when I was like, okay, he can
That's
stay.
that's my
That's when I
man's.
decided. No, I'm just kidding. Um,
So you don't watch Love is Blind, right?
no, no, I have never watched it actually.
Never. Not
Never.
even during COVID. Okay. Can I give you
Not
a rundown?
an episode, not a commercial, nothing. Yeah.
Okay. So the whole premise of the show is that these people meet, they speak in these pods where like they go into a room and they can hear the other person, but they can't see through the wall. So they don't see what the other person looks like. They don't know their race, their weight,
It's
their
just based off
anything.
of talking.
Yes. And
I
they
bet.
have 2 weeks and they have to either get proposed, like they have to be engaged by the end of the 2 weeks from being in the pods, or they have to get the fuck off the show.
That's Survivor, I think is what you're
Yeah.
describing. Like what did they used to say when you would get eliminated?
Oh,
Wasn't there
there
something they
was a
would say?
catchphrase. I feel like there was. I don't. That was so far in my
Googling it.
childhood, and it's still that show is still going.
I know.
It's crazy. Who
It's
watches it? Who is
nobody.
watching that?
Nobody has watched it since like the second or third season is the thing.
Right.
No one out
Interesting.
there. It's it's the families of the people who are on that season.
Probably, yeah.
That's
Like
it.
it's like our podcast viewers, listeners, I should say. Um, so yeah, they have 2 weeks to get engaged, or they have
The
to get off the
tribe has
show.
spoken.
Is that
That's what it is.
stop? I wonder if they still say that.
That is the funniest thing I have ever heard. That is so savage.
Am I gonna have to watch Survivor now?
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
we're gonna be the ones that watch Survivor.
I just have 12 housewives to get through first, and then I'll get to that.
I think that's the reason I don't watch any of the Housewives anymore because I used to watch New Jersey, New York, and Orange County,
Hmm.
which I think are maybe like the like older ish ones. Orange County is the oldest, right?
I thought it was Beverly Hills, but I could be wrong. I honestly have no idea. Someone just
Whatever.
told me Beverly Hills. I don't know if they
I
were
don't.
right about
I
it.
We have no authority on this. But then they just kept adding places, and I was just like,
It's
this
so
is too
much.
many housewives. But Ramona is the most. I love Ramona. I love what's the other unhinged one on the New York?
I haven't
Uh,
watched it.
oh gosh, you should watch
Is that the
that one.
next one for me? So I'm
I think
like
so.
halfway through Beverly Hills. And I might need to just like kind of pause and take a break. I'm at the lull. Like these couple seasons just aren't that good. And I've had like people tell me that too, and they're like, "Stay in it because it gets good."
We were talking
But
about Love is Blind and then we just went to Survivor.
yeah, so
And
Love
now,
is Blind. So back to Love is Blind.
sorry.
So there's been some good seasons, and there's been some that are just like so chaotic and terrible. The last season was awful. Like all of the people were terrible. This one guy was like literally fake crying on like during his confessional, and he was talking to the people filming him, and he's like, "Is this? Am I being too over the top?" Almost like trying to like act like they were in
Ask
on
for
it with him,
yeah,
or like that they're asking him to do it, but they're like, "Nah, man, just be yourself." Like, what are you doing? It
that's
was like
so
he was
weird.
putting on an act for TV. It was very odd. It was very odd. So last season sucked. This season is actually better. It seems like the people are at least pretending to be more genuine. If they're not actually more genuine, they're doing a better job at pretending.
That's awesome.
Um, but yeah, there's been some funny couples. So there's Chelsea and Jimmy, who are the ones who like stick out the most. Chelsea like seemed to have a really good connection with this guy Trevor. So they're all dating like everyone at the beginning, and then they kind of
Oh.
yeah, and then they kind of narrowed down, and like by like the end of the 2 weeks, they've either found people that they're between one or two people, or they know who they want to date, or they just don't like anyone and they're getting off the show. Um, so towards the end, Jimmy was had a really good connection with this girl Jess. They were super cute. And then Jess told Jimmy that she had a kid, and Jimmy just got like really freaked out, it seemed like, and like turned off, which is crazy. But I guess I don't know. I maybe he wasn't, ready for stepdad role. I
It's
don't know.
yeah, it's not an unfair reaction, but it's also like when people
Right.
react weirdly, you're just to kids, you're just like you're a monster.
Right. And also it's kind of the point of the experiment, is like it's more about like the connection than
Hmm.
but whatever, this was a curveball. I don't think they've ever had anyone with a kid on it before, so he probably like just wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah.
So whatever, so he zeroed in more on Chelsea, who like they had an okay connection the whole time, and then Chelsea also was talking to Trevor, who it seemed like she had like they seemed like a perfect match. And then it just so happened that on like the day that um they were doing proposals, I'm assuming it was maybe the last day of the 2 weeks or very close to it. Jimmy happened to propose to Chelsea before Trevor did, and Chelsea just said yes to Jimmy. And the next guy, Trevor, wanted to propose to her, and Trevor had stopped talking to everyone else. Like he was so invested in Chelsea. But he just happened to be the second one to see her that day. And he like even asked her, he was like, "If I had proposed first, would you have said yes?" And she didn't say anything. And she was just bawling, crying the whole time. So the answer is yes. She probably would have said yes to Trevor, and she just went with Jimmy because he asked first, is what it seemed like, which is messy.
Stressful.
And then also further back in like when Chelsea and Jimmy were getting to know each other, she like randomly asked Jimmy like if anyone ever says like if he looks like a celebrity or something. So Chelsea asked him that. I forget who he said, and then he asked her who she looks like, and
Oh
she
dear.
said Megan Fox is what people tell her. I can see like a little bit of a similarity, but you like have to look for it. And in her defense, she did say like she doesn't agree with that. It's only because she has dark hair and light eyes. Um, but you could see Jimmy's face light up. She could not see Jimmy's face light up, but we could see Jimmy's face light up. Um, so Jimmy thought that he was proposing to someone who looks like Megan Fox, which is a high bar to set.
That's a really high bar. Like
It's
this is a situation where it might be okay to lie. Okay.
like I would definitely set the bar low, is all I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like I would say I look like an Oompa Loompa, and
I don't think I would know how to answer that, I
yeah,
guess.
honestly, I would never propose the question in the first place because it defeats the purpose. And she's the one who brought it up. So, like, was she planning to tell? I don't know. I felt like she kind of knew what she was doing. So they meet each other and they have like this big reveal where they see each other for the first time.
Oh God.
It was so uncomfortable to watch. Like just so uncomfortable. Jimmy came in and was clearly a bit taken aback, a bit startled. And she's beautiful. It's just he's expecting someone who looks like Megan Fox. And then she was like over the top excited to meet him, and she's just like breathing very heavily, like running at him in this like kind of goofy way, which would be really cute. It could be in the right scenario, and it was not in this scenario because he's like,
Oh.
and like backing up, I feel like. And then she's like, just like dotingly, like
Oh
running
my
at
God.
it was so
Too
uncomfortable.
much.
It
That's
was
too much.
so uncomfortable to watch. And then, so that was the only like bad reveal. So everyone, once they get coupled up, they go to this like tropical vacation usually, and they stay there for like, I don't know, a week or two, and like they really get to know each other more. They get to see each other, spend time with each other, like sleep in the same room and stuff. And they also get to meet the other people who were there as well. So they get to see people who they
Interesting.
have dated, talked
Yeah.
with, and like maybe turned down, you know.
Right.
So everyone's seeing like what their options were pretty much like when they get there. And the Jimmy guy is like obsessed with this girl AD. He just keeps talking about like how good she looks, and she does. She's got a booty. Um and it was just so weird though, because he like said it to Chelsea, and
Yeah.
then Chelsea calls the girl out, and she's like, "Hey AD, you've got such a nice butt. How'd you get that butt?" Or something, like right there with her fiance there. And then her fiance gets super embarrassed. He's like, "Why would you tell her I said that?" And it was just such a weird thing for, why would Chelsea put AD, the other girl, in that position?
Yeah.
And like it's just so
Oh.
cringy. Like if my husband tells me that girl's butt, first of all, it's usually me who's like, "Look at that,
Right.
look at her butt." I just
I
appreciate
can't
it.
believe he told her that.
It was weird. It was so weird. And like it wasn't in like a, I'm just appreciating it type of way. It was like he was like, it was almost like he couldn't not say it. Like he was like kind of infatuated with her. And then he goes over to talk to her to like try to like make the awkwardness less awkward, I think. I don't know, but he made it way worse. He goes over and tries to talk to her, and then just talks to AD without Chelsea for like a good minute, and he's like spinning AD around, like looking at her and stuff. It is it is chaos. It's a mess. So that whole thing is weird. And then at one point Chelsea like asked him, "So when we met, like what was the first thing you noticed about me?" He said, "You have perfect teeth." He said, "There's your teeth are so big and white and square."
My grandmother, what big teeth you have. Like, what? That's what we're going with?
It wasn't like you have a nice smile, or it's like
You have big teeth.
you, you have nice teeth. Oh my god, so uncomfortable. Yeah, just wild. So that's the, let's see, is there anything else from Love Island? Oh, I wrote this wrong on my note is why I was confused about it. But there's also, so AD, I've mentioned her. She is dating, she's with Clay, who she's engaged to Clay. Clay seems like odd a little bit. He's just very emotional, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that, but like he will just be like in a really good mood, and then all of a sudden gets like super introspective and like quiet. So they like go on this date together, and he is just like pounding some soup back, just like literally lifting the bowl up and like pouring it into his mouth, and he's just like like making all these noises, and you could see her face just kind of like, what is going on over here? He seems like he's really enjoying the soup, right? And she's like, "Oh, I'm glad you're like enjoying that." And then all of a sudden he like, it's like a curtain drops or something, and he just like completely changes moods. He gets super serious. He starts like stacking all their plates up and stuff, and just gets quiet and like stares out at the ocean. And she's like, "What just happened? Like, what's going on?" And he's like, Sorry, I was just thinking about like, I hope I don't let you down. She's like, what? Like, where did that come from? Um, yeah, so that was just like really weird for him to say out of nowhere. Like, what do you mean you hope you don't let me down? How are you going to be letting me down?
Yeah.
So,
Do you think what does this have to do with soup? You
I don't know.
know? Like
They were just like on a date eating, and the soup scene was so weird. He's just like pounding it down, and then all of a sudden in the worst mood.
cuz he just pounded soup. Like
Yeah, he went from such a high to such a low, like in a very short span of time.
that
So yeah.
is intense.
So that's my I said Love Island. My Love is
Twice.
Blind.
I was a little confused.
Oh,
I'm
did I
not
say
gonna
Love Island earlier too?
yeah, a few minutes ago. It's okay.
So let's just show on the records that let's delete that and just show on the records that I meant Love is Blind.
Yes.
So I'll keep you posted in upcoming. That way you don't have to watch it. I got you.
Yeah. I'm not I'm not gonna partake in that, I don't think. It sounds like a hot mess. I will just get angry.
It is chaotic in
Yeah.
the best way. This season in the best way. Last season was like it was so cringy. It was hard to get through. It
Yeah.
was like the secondhand embarrassment was so strong. It's like I feel this.
Yeah.
Take it away.
In my soul. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I got you. I got you. Okay, okay. What else we got?
That's towards the end of my list. I will say, one thing I'm really enjoying is Brian like hates all these reality shows. And he hates that I'm watching them all the time. And now I have such a good excuse because I just say, "Oh, I'm doing it for the pod."
Yes. That is the ultimate excuse.
Yeah, it's like I'm working, babe.
Yeah. I'm getting shit done.
Yeah, I'm
What do you
being
want from me?
productive. Right. So,
Mwah.
but yeah, I think that's about all I have for today.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bye. Well, I think that's all we have for today. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram at Out of Touch, the letter P cast, all one word. Follow us on TikTok at Out of Touch Moments, or you can send us an email at outoftouchcast@gmail.com. Boom.